Good evening, wonderful viewers at home, wherever you're seated right in front of your screen. Welcome back to Couples Classic on ACBN TV, God's own channel. I want to first thank you for always being right with us every Wednesday by 4 o'clock discussing marriage and home. Today, we have a beautiful topic I have been so expectant about, and thank God I have people with me here who we are going to look at this topic together. We want to talk about qualities that attract. Qualities that attract. I know quite a number of singles have been yearning for us to look at topics that would that will mirror in on their lives and also have them contribute on everything that has to do with marriage and homes. And here we are today. We have 3 people on set with me. I'd like us to start with the lady by my left. Let's introduce you. Let's get to meet you, please.
Okay, my name is Elizabeth Awaraka. Okay. And I actually work with Poise Production International Company, and I'm a film editor, presenter, screenwriter, and also a director, and I also teach film academy.
All right, you are welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, I'm sure you're going to direct today, with your contribution. You bring them to play here. Okay, we also want to have you introduce yourself, Mr. Betty.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Betsy Rubeni, as I'm popularly known. Okay. I'm a music minister and an entrepreneur. I'm into fashion designing, events management, decoration, and broadcasting.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, the only gentleman on set. I think that your chair, that seat is, I should call it a hot seat, because you are up against 2 ladies. So let's meet you first, and then let's hit it on.
My name is Paulson Okeke. I am a public speaker, a pastor, and a life coach. Okay. I'm also the program manager for Human Rights Advancement, Development, and Advocacy Center.
Very well. Nice having you on set with me today. Okay. Now, straight to the topic we have today with us. We want to look at qualities that attract. And then, of course, the ladies will be talking for the female gender. What, attracts them to the opposite sex, and what attracts the man to the woman. We want to look at this topic from your own view, from your own gender, so that those who will be listening to us, those who will be joining, we also learn 1 or 2 things and know how to comport and, carry themselves, just in case you're still in the married market. You are yet to be seen. There are qualities that you need to possess for you to be found, for you to be seen, for you to, attract that man or that woman of your dream. So we want to look at those qualities, and I hope you can call in to be part of the show by asking questions or also give us your contributions. Now, this show is not just for the singles. In case you are married and you want to also contribute, let the singles know what also attracted you to your partner. Please feel free to give us a call on, through the numbers that will be displayed on the screen. Thank you so much. Once again, I am Pastor Funke, your regular host on Couples Classic. All right, talking about qualities that attract. Since we have just one man here, I think let's hear you first. Talking about qualities that attract. What are those qualities you would say would would ordinarily attract a man to, or attract a man or a woman to a man?
Okay. Qualities that will attract a woman to a man. Okay. Generally, we will talk about the physical qualities.
Physical.
That's on the general note.
Okay.
The lady has to be beautiful. But now there's this saying that beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
All right.
But there is a constant beauty. So the lady has to be beautiful inside and outside. I'm not just talking about facial beauty.
Okay.
When you talk about beauty, you also go into character. She has to be beautiful. She has
So
to.
which one comes first? Whether the inside or the outside? Which one comes
Well,
first?
it depends. For some men,
Okay.
they go with the outside appearance first.
So for you, which
For
one
some,
do you go for?
I think for me personally, I consider the two while I look at a lady. The reason is because I like pretty. Now I'm not talking about beautiful now. I'm talking about being pretty.
Okay.
So being pretty entails physical looks.
Don't you think that you are not, you're just being economical with the truth? How would you look at the two at the same time when you want to approach a lady? Something must attract you first.
Now that's why I said I look at how pretty the lady is.
Okay.
The beauty of the lady attracts me.
The beauty
First.
of the lady attracts
That's
you
the physical composition of the lady attracts me first. When I say physical composition, I mean facial beauty, height, and the rest.
Okay.
Now, but
Feel free, Mr. P. Tell us those things. Facial beauty, height. What else about the woman's visage?
well, beauty is not just in the face. I believe that other men or other single guys that are watching us this evening will understand what I'm actually trying to convey. Choices are different.
Okay.
Some men like it big, some men like it small. Some men like it tall, some men like it short.
Short.
So depending.
Some men like it fair, some men
like it dark. So it depends on what you, how you are made up as a person, as a man. But aside that, the physical beauty attracts first.
Okay.
But when it attracts, what sustains it is the inner beauty, and that is character. And that's why I said I look at the both, because when the physical beauty attracts me,
Okay.
I am not taking a decision. I am just attracted. So by the time I come close, I start looking for the inner beauty. What is that thing that will keep me, that will make me stay?
All right, fair enough. What would you say, makes you attract you to a man?
Okay.
What are those qualities a man would have that that makes him attractive to you?
Okay. Like there are a few of them that I know that could attract a man. So I'm talking personally on my own right now. Okay. First of all, if I come across a guy, definitely listening to him first. He doesn't just get me like that. First of all, I listen to his words to know his intellectual capacity.
So you're not looking at his visage?
Okay, when it comes to physical looks, I will just starting from the intellectual looks.
Because there has to be a
Yes.
starting point somewhere.
Okay, yes, definitely. It has to be attractive. And
So what is that attractiveness you're talking
attraction, first of all, the looks, the way he looks. For me, I don't like fair guys. I like,
about? Why are you fair?
chocolate
Okay.
guys that are
Okay.
kind of chocolatey color. And then definitely there's something else that attracts me to a guy.
Okay.
I don't know for every other person. Please forgive me.
Okay.
Their voice. I don't know. There's this thing about that moves me when I hear.
Masculine voice.
Yeah, not really the masculine voice, but there's this softness and fluency in their voice that really gets me. And from that voice, I kind of know that this person.
Please, are you listening? Their voice.
That, and not just the voice. I'm not just called out that any guy that talks and all that. There's this intelligence in the voice that kind of attracts me
faster.
also. So when the person talks, and it comes in with this softness, and plus again the person sounds intelligent. Oh my God! First of all, I won't give out, but I'll just kind of, you know.
You won't give out.
Yes, I'll kind of just hold on, you know, try to assess something. So physically, that's part of it, and I like somehow average tall guys. So that's just for the physical look.
So what attracts you? Okay, let's hear one or two of them.
For the appearance and his looks, he must be on point. Must be very neat. Talks well. Has a good sense of purpose.
Oh,
that's it for me.
Good sense of purpose.
Yes.
He must appear well. Appear well. How in terms of dressing or what?
In terms of dressing, and then how he composes himself.
Okay. Well, we've looked at the physical, but what other qualities now going forward, you know? Okay, fine, this person looks good, you know, he's handsome, she's beautiful, the packaging is good, you know, and for me, he or she, or rather, she should smell well, she should smell good, okay? All right. So, after that, what are these qualities, the innate, I mean, the, you know, or what would I say, the internal quality, like somebody will say you want to get married to a woman, look at the contents, rather look at the container and then look at the content. What are those qualities the person should have? As a woman, I mean, as a man, the qualities you are looking out for from women, and look at it if majority of these women, whether they have it. I want you to just be blunt, yeah.
Okay, first of all, personally, on a personal note,
Okay.
I look out for a lady that loves God.
Okay.
I'm careful not to use that fears God.
Okay.
Because even the devil fears God. So I'm looking out for a lady that loves God. If she loves God, she can submit to you, as instructed by the scriptures. That aside,
I agree with you.
I am looking for a lady with character.
A lady with character.
Yes, because with character, she can rub off on you. Nobody has it all.
Okay.
But with a lady with strong character can help a man achieve a lot of things.
Definitely.
She is not that lady that will sit back and just take instructions. She's that lady that has an opinion.
Okay.
In every matter.
Okay.
I'm just saying that for me, I don't want to settle for any lady that goes, yes sir, okay, this is how you want it. Okay, let's go. I want to hear what you think about it.
Okay.
Then thirdly, I will look out for a lady that has a sense of purpose. Let marriage not be your bus stop.
Okay. Sense of purpose.
What are you gunning? What's your career? What makes you tick? Is it just, will you get pregnant and halt?
Okay.
Will you start raising kids and halt your life? What you need to just keep moving, so that by the time myself I'm moving, you are moving too.
Okay.
And there is a rapport between what I do and what you do. And finally, I will say that I will go for a lady that believes in me. Believes in
what you stand for.
In what I stand for.
All right.
She believes that with me we can achieve
a lot.
A lot.
Okay. All right. So, but how do you know a lady believes in you, even though you are not married to her? How do you know that?
Man, that is where communication association comes in.
Okay.
I think she was the one that mentioned it.
Okay.
Getting to testing the person's intellectual capacity. When you talk with someone, you are able to ask yourself certain questions. Is this person in the same direction? Is she moving in the same direction that I'm moving?
Okay.
Is the same thing that is driving me the same thing driving her? Just by discussion, because during the time of association, a lot of things show up.
Okay.
A lot of innate characters show up.
Okay.
Then they are loose. They are not forming anything again for you. Sometimes they do some things and say some things and suggest some things that they are not conscious, or they don't say them consciously. It's just part of them. Just like the scripture says that out of our belly shall flow rivers of living waters. It just flows. So with that, you can be able to see some signs. And let me quickly add this.
Okay.
A friend of mine, a senior friend of mine, said something to me, and he said, Paulson, anything you see and you cannot handle during that courtship, during that relationship, don't expect to correct it in marriage, because you can never correct it in marriage.
Definitely.
So during the time that you people talk, that is when you need to look out for green lights, you need to look out for yellow lights, you need to look out for red lights.
We are going to talk about these green lights, yellow lights, and red lights in the course of this discussion. Can I hear you now? What are those other qualities as a woman you expect to see, and that will attract you towards the man?
Okay. For me, majorly is purpose.
Purpose.
Yes.
Okay.
There's no way I can cope with a man I don't have same direction with. It won't just work. I've had one or two relationships. There was a time I had a relationship with a medical doctor, and I realized that I was on this part, he was always on the other part. So it wasn't just working, and as God will have it, because God has me for so many other things, he just ended the relationship without struggles.
Now, I want to understand it. Since he's a medical doctor, and you are, a singer, fashion designer, and all that, what exactly was he doing that made his purpose? I want to understand that purpose. You talked about purpose. Is it that his purpose was different from yours, or he was not focused in what he's into, or what?
Really the thing about relationships is that when a person wants to get you, they tend to pretend, act every kind of drama for you to come on board. Then when you come, you begin to see stuff. Now for ladies who just want to marry for marriage sake, they don't care. They just get into it, and then problems begin. Before 1, 2, 3 years, you hear they've ended the relationship, they've ended the marriage. I didn't want that for my life. And then when we started, I think it was just within 3 months, I started saying that this one doesn't even want me to do ministry. He doesn't want me to do music. He doesn't want me to. And then I was just praying about it. And one day, I just wanted to go for ministration. He didn't just want it. He was like, you are not resting, you are not.
That's how we start.
Yes. If you feel you're concerned about this person, that I'm not resting, there are a lot of things you can do to help me rest. Or teach me how to do a few things right. But I just discovered that wasn't the problem. He just didn't want me to
that
be
will
going.
end your ministry. You understand, your calling, your career. I think I want to agree with you, because a lot of people have lost touch with what they were actually called to do because of wrong relationship. So for those of you watching us out there, we are talking about qualities that attract. In case you are hoping and believing God, for a life partner, these are qualities you should be looking out for, so that you don't make mistakes. All right, so we have numbers for you to call. Please dial the numbers displayed on the screen and be part of this show. All right, on to you, Lizzie. What are those other qualities you would like to see in a man you want to be attracted to?
Okay, first of all, I would like to say, before you look out for a man that you want to attract, first of all, know yourself. Know what you want, and become what you want before you start looking out for. I would like to agree with my sister. She said purpose. Purpose, it's very essential, because most people have ended up their lives because they got married to the wrong person. Like, I have a friend in my secondary school then. I know she used to, I'm just giving her as an instance, she used to be the best. She runs first in the class, and she has everything. And she wanted to become a medical doctor. But till date, she ended up studying something else, which is like animal science. Why? Because she diverted from what she wanted, and she ended up becoming something else that she doesn't even have at all. And till date, she still asks me, what do I want? right from time, I've always wanted to be an actor, entertainment stuff. Wherever you find me, I always run around it. My home, they got tired of me. So I never shifted from it. So my focus was, this was what I wanted, entertainment, actor, presentation, and overtime. And somehow I now found out that that was my course. So for me to actually be attracted to someone, it has to link also to that part of what I want. Because purpose is the key why we are here on earth. If you miss it, you have missed out on everything. And if you marry a man who does not understand the language that you're speaking, I'm sure that course that you have in your heart will actually stop.
All right. All of you have been talking about purpose. Are there no other qualities apart from, purpose that can also make you feel, oh, this person is good to go with, that maybe I could just chip in one or two, areas. And like for me, I know that I love when I see a man who is caring. Most women do, okay? When I see, and I think men too like it. Don't you think so?
They like it, they treasure it.
Okay.
That's a very sensitive point when it comes to deciding.
What do you think men in this part of the world are truly caring?
I'm sorry to say.
You are going to be blunt. Every one of
Yes.
us have to be blunt. We are here to learn. Perhaps somebody is listening
Yes.
and needs to learn he's not doing. So do you think in this part of the world, our men are very caring?
I'm sorry to say, in this part of the world, when it comes to men being caring, some of them is 0 points.
0 point.
Yes. Some of them don't even understand it, and then when you're trying to put it to them in a tender manner, they're like, don't you know I'm busy? The other time I was this. You see that word, I'm busy. The funny part is that you're busy, I am busy. If I discover that we're in a relationship, you're not concerned, you're not caring, my interest begins to die.
Okay.
And then it won't take me any plenty time before I give up on the relationship.
Oh.
So if a man will be attracted to stay around me, you have to be caring, you have to be loving. On other parts, I remember the last time I was on the other show, I said something when you asked me what kind of a man. I said a God-fearing.
Before we go to God-fearing,
Yes.
I think we've mentioned God-fearing from the beginning of the show. Let's still look at this caring aspect.
Okay.
I think, sorry.
Okay.
I think we need to define what care is. If I'm pushing it to the lady folks.
Okay.
When you say men are not caring, or it's okay, she said some men score 0 points.
Some men score 0 points. What's the percentage of men that score 0 points? Is it 50-50, 60-100? What do you think? Is it 99%? What's the percentage?
Okay, me?
Yeah.
For me, if you, sometimes, maybe I'll say, if we have guys, that was I was going to the direction of a God-fearing man.
Yeah.
But before we get there, maybe right now, if we're doing maybe over 100, maybe I'll say right now we have guys that are carrying around them 20-25%.
Oh, do you agree with that? Okay, I think I have a call. You're welcome, please. Mr. Olukayode from Ibadan, please speak on. You're welcome to ACBN TV on Corpus Classic.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
The program is very interesting for our young ones who are out there looking for their life partner. And my contribution, because the other young lady there who is putting on a 9K just was doing when I'm not caring. I'm a married man, and I'm a Christian by the grace of God. My wife and my children are all with me. We are enjoying your program. And I want to believe that maybe because of her experience with some men, and men are caring. You see, when a woman tells a man something, the man is already digesting it. He's already meditating on it. Men are caring in the sense that when God created the woman, you remember the man looked at the woman and said, wow, he's another man of my life. And from there, one thing I want to say is that if, when God was dealing with her, one thing God told her was this, that henceforth your desire will always be upon the man. So it's not that men are not caring, men are caring. And I believe for other men who are doing well in their homes, that are listening also, we know that yes, we do care. Because whenever daddy is at home, you see the mother, the children will say daddy has come. So if daddy are not caring, it doesn't benefit for them welcoming daddy back home. So I love this program, at least for the young one out there. Everything is not just about how they call it appearance or physical appearance. It has to do with what one of them said, purpose, has to do with character, has to do with integrity. Exactly. And I pray for those young ones that by the grace of God, for those of us that are succeeding or that are still succeeding, the Lord will help them also out so that they will become great models even to their own generation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Olukayode. Thank you so much for joining us and your contribution. We appreciate. Thank you, sir. All right. Now, my caller has just told you that he doesn't agree with you that men do care. You were going to, respond to that. Yes.
Yes. That was a shocking revelation.
Okay.
Okay. I want to say this. It's on record globally. Nigerian men are the most caring.
Okay.
It's on record.
Okay.
We are more caring than Western men.
All right.
And when I talk about Western men, the US, London, we are more caring than Ghanaians. Some men in these other African countries. Check, do your findings. Now let me say this. That was why I was asking for us to define care. Like the caller said, men, we are built in a different way.
Okay.
A lady's definition of care may be, babe, I want to eat shawarma. And you produce shawarma immediately. You are caring. But for a man, before we take decisions, we first take in. We absorb. And when we absorb, in our head, a lot of things are going on.
Okay.
Okay, how best to go about this? How can I do it to please this lady the best way it can or it should? Now, within that gestation period, a lot of ladies lose faith. They feel it's not caring. Sometimes we define care as to be the number of times a man calls you. You want his call to be the first call you receive every morning when you wake up, and he calls you by 6, he calls you by 9, he calls you by 10, he calls you by 12, he calls you by 2.
It's not bad.
But I'm getting to somewhere. I'm getting to somewhere. I'm getting to somewhere. Now, I think the word is attention. Every lady needs attention.
Okay.
Definitely.
And we give the attention.
Okay.
Now, but a lot of ladies measure this attention. Like I said, a lot of people want you to call them 20 times in a day. That's their definition of care. Oh, he cares for me a lot. He calls me anytime, any day. For some, it's, okay, babe, how are you? Do you still have some money? Can I credit your account? Or you just stay and get allowed?
Don't you think that's nice? Okay. Okay, you know, the thing is, when you know the person you are actually, dating or you're married to, in case of those who are watching, they are married, that thing that appeals to your partner, that makes the person feel cared for, why not go ahead and do it?
Now, that was what I was getting to.
Okay.
We just met. We are just getting to know each other.
All right.
I'm getting to know some things that appeal to you.
All right.
And so, like the caller said, they are still succeeding. And let me also say this, even people in marriage, there are some people in marriage that they are still on the course of discovering
themselves. All right.
And now, a good man, let me use the adjective good. A good man will always try to adapt, because we don't know it all. There is no book that you bring out like this and you say book of care. how to care for a lady. No, because it differs.
Okay.
So, but when you have that ideology, care is actually ideology.
Your partner is that book. You need to look at your partner, read your partner,
yes,
understand what care means to your partner.
Exactly.
We are talking about both the man and the woman. The woman needs to understand what care means to her man, while the man needs to understand what care means to the woman. So talking about no one book, your partner should be the book you need to read to understand what
the reason why I was saying it is I'm a young person.
Okay.
And I meet these ladies almost on a daily basis because of the job I do. Now there's this general mindset.
Okay.
There's this mindset we've tagged to care. And if you are not doing it, you are not caring.
What is that?
That's what I'm saying. The calls, it has to be physical. You have to just be physical about it. It has to just appeal.
Mr. Okeze, I'm going to interrupt you.
Okay.
I'm a woman. I for one, my husband, let me bring the married situation into play. My husband leaves home for work. I call him, several times. Are you at work now? How are you doing? How are you feeling? That is his own understanding about care. You understand? So if you are calling your customer your partner every now and then, it's not a sin. So you need to really understand what
I don't want to know that the other guy I'll say.
Okay.
I want to talk.
Well, you are welcome, Madam Sarah from Taraba. Please go on. All right, we lost that call. All right. Well, you've heard it from a gentleman. What is care to you? What is care to you?
Let me come from his angle. There are different ways we understand care because every lady loves to be cared for.
Exactly.
And like you said, and it has to be shown. Most times, ladies, we are moved by what we hear. Guys, we are moved by what we see. So most ladies, most times, ladies are moved by words, what you tell them. So your own part of caring is your words. What do you tell the lady?
That moves you.
Yes, that moves the person. Everybody has their own book, so you have to study who you are actually going out with. And I will want to point out something from what he actually said. When you mean care, there's something that makes a guy attracted to care for you. That if you present yourself well, if you are not this attitudinal person that just comes out and you talk anyhow, I mean, guys lose it easily.
All right, I think I have another call from Ondo. Mr. Elijah, please speak on. You're welcome to Couples Classic. All right. All right, you're welcome, please. Go on.
Thank you.
Yes.
Are you hearing from me?
Yes, please. We can hear you. Speak on, please.
I want to understand something.
Okay.
It is very good for a man to care for his wife.
Okay.
And it's very good. I did it. But it's not every man, it is not every woman that decides to care.
Not every
And we have some women, when you begin to do that as a good man, they grant you, they are willing to grant us.
Okay.
So, you don't want to encourage other women. Because when we are talking about women, even 80% of them are not deserve to care for them because of their attitude and their character.
Oh, whoa. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Mr. Elijah from Ondo. Now, women, are you hearing that? The reason why most men would not want to care for you is because of your attitude. If you agree with this school of thought, please give us a call. Or if you don't agree, please bring up your strong reasons. All right. So, well, care. There are so many ways to show care. There's so many ways to show care. And to be truthful, the men should learn to give care. The women should learn to give care. If one is not careful, you may not be doing the right things. Who says that a man should not open the car door when you're coming out from the car? Who says a man cannot make tea for two, take it to bed while the woman is still sleeping? In this part of the world, is it possible? You know, we know that the woman's, is just the woman's, what do you call it, place to do all such things. But once in a while, the man can do that. Once the man can say, okay, sit down, I want to do the cooking. My husband does it. And it shows care, especially when, the woman is tired. It shows care. Okay, fine. That's for married people. But, for singles, show care by gifts. You understand? By gift, don't just complain, this your hair looks terrible. You can as well give her money to make that hair. Okay, your phone is having earpiece problem. Why don't you just, do something to show care? Care thrives in giftings, as in what you have to offer to this person who you say, I care enough to marry. There are so many ways, really. We may not look at that in total. But before we go on to the other part, for my audience, please be informed that ACBN TV is now on Star Times. Just in case you have Star Times, you can please tune in, and then channel 467. All right, channel 4.
It's very fantastic.
Oh, okay.
And I like the way that the voice of the guy and feelings of guy, everything about guy like you, the way the other they talk. I love it. That's very nice.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your calling to appreciate us. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the call. All right. We hope to hear from you another time too. All right. How about other, qualities like love? Yes. Okay. Love is not part of caring, but caring is different from love. Okay.
No, it's that love that produces everything.
Okay. If the person, what would the man be doing with a single lady who he does not love?
The truth of the matter is, sometimes some people think they love,
but they don't.
There's no love in it.
The question is, what's the definition of love?
So what is the definition of love?
The definition of love is where we need to get it. People think love is all about, when you show kindness and goodness and when the person is all over you and has to. But I think the true definition of love is somebody that can actually tell you the truth about yourself that you are not actually seeing.
Oh.
That's where people have missed it.
Okay.
Most people come out, they tell you, okay, like if you're wearing a makeup, everybody might come out and tell you, oh, it's beautiful. But there's this person that assesses it.
Okay, I think we have a call. All right, to ACBN TV. Yes, Apostle Michael from Abuja. Please speak on, sir.
Hello, God bless you.
Amen, sir.
I want to comment on the issue on ground. I want you to understand that men are more caring than women. How do I know? I dated a girl to do the relationship. I don't hide things. I call her, I even send her credit. Sometimes if I send her credit, she will not even call. If I ask her, why did you call for 2 days? She will say that my airtime has finished. At a point in time, I become uncomfortable on that relationship. Why? Because I felt that it's only me that is caring. The person that I want to spend the rest of my life with is not caring. So I would say that the youth of this generation, more especially young girls, they should know how to adore their man and also appreciate the gift that God has given to them. And I believe that God will help us. And I thank God for your program. At least this program is building the future and also building a new generation that can be able to know the right and left in the kingdom. May the Lord bless you and prosper you in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you so much, Apostle Michael from Abuja. Abuja. We really appreciate this call. We hope to hear from you another time. All right, I think this word care is an issue, amongst, upcoming couples and those who are already married. So for you who is watching, do you really care about your partner? Do you really care about the man you are married to or the woman you're about to be married to? If you don't, it's an issue. You really need to have it addressed so that your partner doesn't feel you don't care about him or her. Now, we are also going to look at some other points. You have actually assisted us to, define partly what love is. But let's also look at some other areas. For instance, for some people, they tell you what attracts them to the would-be partner is the fact that that person appears independent. There are people who are so dependent on people for everything they want to do, and therefore some women, they want to be sure that the man they are getting married to is independent. You are not dependent on parents for suggestions or as in for everything, advice or direction in your relationship. You're not dependent when it comes to finances and things like that. The same thing also, the man wants to see that the woman is resourceful and all that. Do you want to talk about it, Minister Betty?
Okay, for me, I'm a very hardworking person.
Okay.
And if a guy is going to come my way, he won't even be the lazy type.
Okay.
These days, I see that some of us ladies that are hardworking, we tend to attract more men. I'm sorry to say. We tend to attract more men because a lot of guys want it that way. Now, if you're coming, no problem. What about you? What are you doing? These days, we know the prices of school fees and all that. Some children in primary one are paying 100,000, 150,000, and then I am walking and looking at that direction already. I'm planning myself, preparing myself. Now, if you're going to be earning, let's say you're earning 300,000, and maybe we agree for like 2-3 kids, I should be able to add some things to it to support you.
Yes.
Now, that's how it's sweet. It's not for you to sit, not be doing anything. You don't have ministry that you're working in. You don't have any handwork. You don't have anything. You don't even have, maybe you have certificates even, but you don't care about it because you're too big to say sir to him.
Okay, now go on. The work she's doing, I feel like the Lord will bless her and continue to increase his work in her hands in the name of Jesus.
Amen. Thank you so much, Reverend sir. You're welcome, sir. You want to contribute, sir?
I just wanted to say a word of prayer. I appreciate what you are doing.
Thank you so much, Reverend Daniels. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you so much, sir. Okay.
So like as I was saying, you don't sit down there and come and tell me we want to get married and I'm working, you're not working. It won't work. Even I won't even take such a man to my pastor to say.
So do you think that so many men, tend to be relaxed or like a desical, especially when they see that their partner or would-be partner is, industrious?
Yes, a lot. I have seen one or two, and sometimes I talk with young ladies and I hear a whole lot of things. Once the lady is working, once the lady is earning any small thing, they just sit down, they relax, and then some of them will be telling you, I want to go abroad, there's this thing I'm chasing, there's this, I want to do this, I want to... No, it's not about the big one you achieve. Start with the little one.
It doesn't matter how small.
Yes, even if it's 30,000, 50,000 they are paying you. If that lady is earning anything, she will be supporting, and then maybe you want to get an apartment, you're preparing for the marriage or whatever, you are bringing, if she brings 50,000 and you have common 30,000 to add to it, it's something. And that's how she will know that, okay, we are a team. But if you leave it to me, before you know it, it's too weighty, I drop it, I want to run away.
Do you agree with what she said?
Absolutely.
Okay. For once, we are saying the same thing.
First of all, it's the responsibility of the man to take care of the lady.
So do you think a lot of men tend to relax when the woman is, doing a lot already?
The answer is in both ways. I think, first of all, upbringing plays a major role in this situation. How the man was raised, in the kind of setting a lot of young guys now, they don't put their hands to work because they are used to somebody providing for them.
Oh,
and
so
it affects them later on in future. Definitely. So it has to do with how some people are raised. Secondly, a lot of men become, let's say, smart. I am careful to use the word wise because that's not wisdom. They play smart. They look out. They hunt ladies that
who are comfortable.
Exactly. That's the word. They leech on ladies that work. They are only ready for marriage if you have a good job.
But if you don't,
you are not.
They leave you for another.
The lady for them. And they are serious for that they'll marry you, and they'll actually get married to you. But you now start seeing that dependence on their part.
Even when they are married.
Even when they are married.
Wow.
So I think I agree with what she said. I totally agree.
Okay, so for those of you who are watching, gentlemen, please, it's good for you to go out for a woman who is resourceful. But is that the reason for that relationship? If you don't disabuse your mind, you are going to carry over the same attitude. I also want to encourage ladies, do not carry the whole world on your head from the beginning of your relationship. Because if you start doing it from the beginning, by the time you are married, you must continue because that is how the man met you. I'm telling you. So please think about it and do the right things. Yes. Okay. Let me turn to you, Lizzie. Okay, because we're about to start rounding off for today. How about the angle of education? Education, is this something you should look out for in relationship? You are a graduate. Would you say you would rather have a graduate marry you, or you can marry someone who is not a graduate and then the person builds up from there?
Education is
few words. Yeah.
Education is very important. If you want to get married to somebody, you don't just want to get married to somebody who has not gone to school.
That is if you are educated.
If I am educated, definitely the person has to be educated because your level of understanding, education, there's something it does to you. Your level of understanding has a higher dimension. So if you have somebody who is not educated, the understanding, people's understanding, the level of understanding in the relationship will be very, very hard. So it's quite important that you...
For you, so non-educated person is a no-no.
A non-educated person, definitely.
Even when Jesus is trying to say something.
Even when Jesus is trying to say something. Okay, what else? Okay, unless, if I see some potentials that the person has, if he has a future that could do it, then definitely he has to make promises that later in the future there's something.
He has to go to school.
He has to go to school by all means.
Yes, definitely. Okay, how about you, Mr. Kinsey?
Okay,
being a graduate, from your own angle, would you prefer to marry an educated lady, or you can marry without Jesus saying anything? You can marry a lady and send her to school or something. What is the starting point for you?
Okay, let me quickly say this. Education and schooling, they are actually different.
Yes, we know.
If we are talking about a lady that has gone to school, it's different from talking about a lady that is educated. A lady that may not have gone to the university, but she's exposed. So I'm not looking out for, because there are a lot of them that have the certificates, but they are empty.
Oh my God.
So
oh my
you
God.
must be educated.
Oh my God.
Not schooled. So I will go for a lady that is educated. One, it will help you. And let me also add this. Even if you may not be educated to the point that we can relate, and I love you, what I can do for you, or what I will do for you from my heart, is even before we get married, I will invest in your intellectual capacity.
All right. Because of time, I know you say you want an educated person, or you can work towards it, just like your, others have said. In one word or one sentence, how about people who have had relationships in the past, and such has produced 1 or 2 kids, or maybe divorcee or something, or can you go for such a person if the person comes for you?
Is that for me?
I'm asking you now.
Okay, it all depends on who the person is and the situation behind everything. If it's not somebody that was married before or something,
Okay.
maybe we could reason one or two things.
Okay, but it's not something you readily would like to look at.
Ordinarily, you want to marry and just be, let's start just the two of us.
Okay.
But if you see this thing mission is a different dimension. Maybe you need to serve God in that direction.
Because
to raise
we
a
really
child
need
up.
to disabuse people's minds. Sometimes
Yes.
they face issues or situation that is
Yes.
not their fault.
Yes.
And when you see, we have a case on Couples Classic we are trying to treat. And one of the reasons why the lady wants to commit abortion is because she feels nobody will want to marry her, having had one.
Ma, I think that's topic. That's what you just mentioned. Now, it's a serious topic that should be a topic for another day
Okay.
because it's large.
It is large.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Your advice for the women, as we call it a day, your advice quickly.
Okay, there's this popular saying that you are addressed the way you are, the way you dress. And there's this very popular saying also from the scriptures
Okay.
that out of our bellies flows rivers of living waters. Now, every man that you want to attract is dependent on your content.
Okay. Your content.
So,
Yes.
personal investment is key.
Key.
Physically, spiritually, emotionally, in every aspect, invest in yourself.
Thank you so much. And how about you?
And just brothers, be God fearing.
Be God
I'm
fearing.
very specific about that word.
Be God-fearing.
Because when you fear God, I was trying to say something the other time. When you fear God, you will care. You know what it was? It was love that moved God to giving Jesus to have the church to himself. So love is a serious thing. Care is a serious thing. So if you fear God, you will love the God.
Guys, fear God. Fear God. Fear God. Yes.
For me, every man become an asset.
Oh,
Become
my
an
God.
asset in everything, intellectually, packaging, everything. The ladies will go back. So,
Especially when your voice is sweet.
especially when you're born. Oh my God.
All right, I want to believe we've learned a lot today. I have 3 wonderful speakers here. I will always want to call them again, over and over again. Thank you once again for joining us here on Couples Classic on ACBN TV. For those of you who have watched, remember to join us again next week by 4 o'clock in the evening. And please don't forget, we are now on Star Times and then channels 467. Please join us and contribute as usual. Thank you once again for joining. I remain your regular host, Pastor Funke. I want to see you again next week. Thank you. God bless you.
ACBN, the channel of champions.